So you represent one of the strongest allies in the NATO alliance on Ukraine policy. No surprise, given your long border with the Russians. It feels over the past months that the Ukrainians have given a lot in service of trying to keep NATO supporting them and also to get to a ceasefire. The Russians have not. How do you assess where we are in trying to bring this war to a close?
Well, I think we're in a good place. And by a good place, I mean that there was sort of a process and a sequence that started with the national security advisors in Geneva right after the G20 meeting, then moved on to a leaders meeting in Berlin, and then finally in Paris on the 5th of December. And I feel that the US, Ukraine, and Europe and the coalition of the willing, we're now on the same page. We have a set of documents, depends on how you count, 6 or 5 plus 2. I know they're a different figure, but nevertheless, where we have security guarantees, we have a 20-point plan, we have a prosperity package, we have sequencing plan, et cetera, et cetera. And I feel those are in a good place. And from what I hear in the negotiations in Miami over the weekend, we've made some progress. So I think we're in a good place there. But I don't know what the Russians are going to do. My big fear is that the Russians are going to say nyet. And why are the Russians saying nyet? And this is very important. I think we need to reverse the narrative that Putin is winning this war. He is not winning this war. He tried to take over Ukraine. He failed. He tried to stop NATO from expanding. He failed. He tried to keep NATO's defense expenditure down. It's to 5%. On the battlefield, he's failing.
And the sanctions have only gotten tougher.
And they should continue. Yeah. So in the battlefield, he's failing. The progress is very slow. 1 percentage point of Ukrainian territory in the past 1,000 days. On the economic side, the inflation figures for the 2 first weeks, if you multiply them for the year to come, it's about 30%. Interest rate, 16%. No growth in the economy. If the war ends, the soldiers will go home and they'll probably get no bonuses. So we're in a place where there seems to be very little incentive for Putin to end this war, but actually for the wrong reasons that we think. It's not because he will win, it's because he knows that he will lose. So this is kind of a catch-22 situation that we have to deal with.
So you ultimately don't have a lot of faith that we're going to get to a ceasefire this year?
Oh, we work towards it. I think we work on 3 scenarios. One is that this war of attrition will continue. Second one is that we get a ceasefire of 90 days and then a peace agreement. And then the third one, of course, is catastrophe of one form or another. We're working towards this second phase. It's taking a lot of time, but remember that Trump has been president only for 1 year, and we've been working on this more or less for 1 year, and really in terms of textualizing and putting things down in documents only for 3 months. And on Russian foreign policy, look, Syria, how did that go for Russia? Not too well.
Venezuela?
Iran, how did that go for Russia? Not very well. Venezuela, how did that go for Russia? Not very well. So the US is able to project power, but Russia is not. If you really want to simplify things, what the US did in Venezuela in 24 hours and less was what President Putin wanted to do in Kiev 4 years ago.
Completely.
1 million died and casualties later. Here we are.